good morning, and welcome to the Life Enhancement Radio Station. I am your host, Paul Garwood, and it is truly a pleasure to come to you this morning with a positive message. I am so grateful to have a forum such as the Life Enhancement Radio Station where I can help as many people as I can. Because that's what my purpose and passion is. My purpose and my passion is to help people. I want to thank all of my listeners out there for tuning in because this is truly a blessing to have an opportunity to do what I'm doing today. Here at the Life Enhancement Radio Station, we are all about inspiring others to be great, and in turn, helping others to enhance their lives. We want to make the lives of everybody better. We have a total unselfish nature about our radio station. Here at the Life Enhancement Radio Station, it is not about us. It is about everyone. It is about all of God's people. We want everybody to be successful, to be a winner, to live a purpose-filled life. And this is why we bring the information that we bring to try to just not tell you what to do, but try to just guide you in your journey. Life is a journey, and we all need support and help. And this is what we're bringing to you. Today, my subject is going to be, if you want to be a winner, change your fear philosophy now. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how that affected me. I was working at the airlines, been there many years, but I knew as much as I enjoyed working that job, as much as I enjoyed making money, taking care of my family, it was not my purpose. It was not what I was created to do. I knew I needed to make a change, but I had a fear. I had a fear of the unknown. But as I started to get older and as I started to pray and I started to meditate and I started to understand the true nature of stepping out on faith, I knew that if I was going to be able to do what God created me to do, then I was going to have to overcome my fear of change. And this is what I did. At the age of 47 years old, I retired from my job with a family, stepped out on faith, overcame that fear, went back to school, and started doing what I do now. I'm a professional speaker, I'm a life coach, I'm an author, but none of this would have happened if I had not overcome fear. See, fear will paralyze you. It will stop you from attaining your dreams. It will stop you from attaining any and everything that you were supposed to attain in life. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to explain what fear is. Fear is a unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous. It's a mixed feeling of dread, a feeling of anxiety, where you avoid or even stop or put off what you need to be doing. You put off important things. But I am here to tell you that if you want to change your life, if you want to be successful, if you want to live the life that you were created to do, you have to take action. You have to change your philosophy on fear. You know, as John chapter 14, verse 27 stated, Peace I leave you with, my peace I give you. I do not give you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Absolutely. Fear has to be conquered. You have to take action if you want to be a winner, if you want to be successful, if you want to make a change in your life, if you want to do anything different in your life. Fear has to be conquered, and you have to take action. Because the result of not doing that will end up with you living a life of regrets. You will get older. We all know about that. You will get older and you will think about all those missed opportunities. You would think about, if I had done this, this would be different. Why didn't I step out on faith? Why didn't I go to school? Why didn't I switch that job? Why didn't I move? Why didn't I help my friend? Why didn't I follow this person? You will live a life of regrets, and this is not something that you want to do. And I am finding out through my profession that this happens more than people think. And it's all because of fear. Like I said earlier, fear is paralyzing. People are too fearful to seek their purpose. They're too fearful to follow their dreams. They're too fearful to make changes in their life for the better. They have too much fear to even stand up for themselves. They let people come in and just take total control of their life. This is not somebody else's life. This is your life. And you have to stand up for yourself. They become fearful of living life. This world is crazy. But you can't let what's going on in the world, and I'll touch on this later in my show. You can't fear what's going on in the world, what you're hearing on the news, the crimes over here. You cannot fear life. You have to have trust and faith in God, and you have to embrace life. A lot of people can't do anything because they constantly fear dying. I had a very, very close family member. She didn't do anything because she had cancer, and she just felt like she was going to die at any moment. And she did this from the age of 25 to the age of 75. But look at everything that she missed because she was constantly fearing dying. Good people, listen to me when I tell you this. Fear serves very little purpose. It does nothing to better your life. What fear does, it makes everything worse. I was raised by my grandparents. And for many years, this is another fear that I had. For many years, I feared that they were going to die before I got grown, before I turned 18. I would actually wake up in the middle of the night in cold sweats, dreaming about them dying. Every time they got sick, I would wonder, are they going to die? What we going to do if mom and daddy die? This is what I call my grandparents. I would tell my sister that. What we going to do if mom and daddy die? Then one day, my grandmother sat me down and she read a scripture to me. And it was Matthew chapter 6, verse 27. And this is what it said. And who of you, by worrying, can add 1 hour to the length of his life? She and my grandfather had abided by this scripture and told me if I wanted to live a long life, I had to cast out worry and to stop being fearful. I needed to have faith and trust in God. Both of them lived to be 92 and 88 years old. And because of what they told me about fear and worry, I truly feel that I'm going to do the same thing. You cannot let fear hinder you. You have to live in the moment and enjoy life. Fear is just a bad habit. But as with any habit, this fear can be broken. I'm going to explain to you some ways that you can identify when fear is controlling you. By not submitting to fear in your mind, you have a better chance of defeating it in your life. You cannot let fear control your thoughts and your actions. I'm going to discuss in depth the many type of fears and how you can change your philosophy on fear. The first one I'm going to talk about is fear of failure. How many times have you not done something because you had a fear that you were going to fail? This has constantly stopped individuals from finding happiness and being a winner. The fear of failure can actually make people sabotage every chance they have to be a winner. I've heard people talk about this with relationships. They want a good person. They meet a good person. And then they end up sabotaging it because they fear failure. I'm going to give you several ways you can identify when you are having a problem with the fear of failure. One is when you fail and you worry about what other people think of you. Did you just hear what I said? When you fail and you worry about what other people think of you. Again, this is your life. How many times have people not did something because they were worried about what other people would say or what other people would do? I was mocked. I was talked about. People used to tell me, oh, why you want to go back to school? What you want to retire for? Why you want to do this at 46 and 47 years old? You too old. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And in the beginning, and for many years, that would affect me because I used to talk about it all the time.